Alright, here goes the second time I've done a school project while not wearing pants. Remember, this is all for a human, not for like a cat or something. I don't want to do this standing up. I'm gonna have to be kind of quiet for this because my parents are sleeping, seeing as it's 2:15 in the morning. I guess I'll start with a couple easy ones. The muscular system is, it's got skeletal muscles, and they allow movement and heat. It also has tendons, which connect muscle to bone. Speaking of bone, the skeletal system has bones and ligaments. Bones give the body protection and shape, plus bones also create blood. And ligaments connect bones to other bones. Digestive system. Okay, the mouth does mechanical breakdown, which is mastication, sorry. It just said, never mind. And it does chemical breakdown, salivary amylase, however it's said. And so the mouth breaks down the food into a bolus, and the bolus goes through the esophagus, which I guess is the only thing the esophagus is good for. It's just a long tube that the bolus goes through on its way to the stomach. And then in the stomach you got protein digestion, some absorption, and production of chyme, which is a semi-fluid paste of gastric juices and food. And then we head on down to the small intestine. Several organs secrete products into here. The pancreas, gallbladder, and liver secrete products into the small intestine. The pancreas, it's over there secreting enzymes that digest carbs, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. The gallbladder releases bile, which is made in liver and helps digest the lipids. And the liver stores glycogen, stores iron, and secretes bile. In the small intestine, nutrient absorption occurs and residues transported to large intestine, where water and electrolytes absorbed and feces is made and stored. And then finally, rectum, feces passes out. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the pharynx in the digestive system. It's between the mouth and the esophagus, and it makes you swallow the food, the bolus or whatever it's called. Alright, now the circulatory system. The heart is at the center of this. It sends out oxygenated blood and brings deoxygenated blood to the lungs. The arteries are the thick passageways that the oxygenated blood goes through to get to the organs. Veins are the thin passageways that deoxygenated blood goes through to get back to the heart so it can get back to the lungs. The arterioles are small arteries that get the oxygenated blood to capillary beds. What are capillary beds? Well, they're tiny blood vessels that form beds in organs. Gas exchange occurs. And then venules do the opposite of arterioles, and they get the deoxygenated blood away from capillary beds to the veins. Blood is either red blood cells, which carry the oxygen or the carbon dioxide or the nutrients, or blood is the white blood cells, which help immunity, or platelets, which make clotting in the tubes. Blood also has plasma, which is the fluid portion of the blood. Nervous system. The basic unit of this is the neuron, and there's two types, the sensory neurons and the motor neurons. The sensory neurons, they notice environmental changes and send messages to the brain or spinal cord. Motor neurons are the opposite, and they send messages from the brain or spinal cord to effectors, muscles or organs, telling them how to respond. Now the endocrine system, which is a bunch of glands releasing a bunch of hormones. I guess I should name off a bunch of these glands, and I'll give a hormone that they secrete, I think is the word. How do you say this? The pineal gland, melatonin, pituitary gland, oxytocin, thyroid gland, thyroxine, parathyroid gland, parathyroid hormone, or PTH, thymus, thymosin, adrenal. There's two adrenal glands, adrenal medulla and adrenal cortex. Adrenal medulla has it's a bunch of words I can't pronounce. It's whatever. And the pancreas, insulin. Then the testes, testosterone, and ovaries, estrogen. Yeah. Now the integumentary system. It's skin and accessory organs, which are the sweat glands, oil glands, hair follicles, blood vessels, and nerves. Function. Prevents water loss, regulates body temp, sense changes in the environment, make vitamin D, protection from invading microorganisms, parentheses, bacteria, comma, viruses, and parentheses. Respiratory system. Alright, so you breathe in air, and then first it comes to the pharynx, which is where the food and air passages meet. So the air continues past the pharynx and goes past the larynx, which is the voice box. Just goes right past that. And it goes into the trachea, which is the windpipe. It's a tube that the air just slides right through into the lungs. And the lungs are just these big organs that are where blood goes to get oxygenated. And here's how. In the lungs, there's bronchi, which branch off into bronchioles. And in the bronchioles are alveoli, which are little gas balls, and the oxygen goes into the gas ball, and then the blood goes through the gas ball, and that's how it gets oxygenated right there. Immune and lymphatic system. The bone marrow and thymus create the white blood cells, which and the white blood cells kill bacteria and such that are harmful to the body. And like the lymphatic system is made up of lymph vessels and lymph nodes. Lymph vessels transport lymph, which is like the fluid that's just found in the empty space of organs. It's just a little different, but it's to transport white blood cells to lymph nodes or lymphatic organs like the spleen or the tonsils, and it's in the places like the spleen and tonsils where the fight happens between the white blood cells and whatever's harmful to the body. Excretory system. Alright, so there's like millions of nephrons inside of one of our 2 kidneys, and the nephrons, they extract filtrate from the blood, and they refine the filtrate into urine. So, and that's what all the nephrons are doing inside of the kidney, and then the urine goes from the kidney down the ureters and into the urinary bladder, and the urine leaves the body through the urethra. Now finally, the reproductive system. First of all, the male. Okay, so sperm is created in the testes, and then it's stored in the epididymis, and then it travels through the vas deferens, and then the seminal vesicle secretes a fluid that helps protect the sperm. And the prostate gland releases a fluid that helps balance out any acidic traces of urine. And then all the sperm leaves through the urethra, which is in the penis. Female. The vagina is where semen goes in and babies come out. And the ovary is where there's an egg for a sperm to come to and make a baby. And the uterus is where a baby develops from an embryo. The fallopian tube connects the uterus to the ovary. Now let's go over the main purpose of all the systems. Alright. The nervous system is to understand one's environment and be able to react to it. The muscular system is to be able to move one's limbs and such. The skeletal system gives ourselves structure and shape and makes us so we're not just like a puddle of organs. The reproductive system ensures that there will be more humans. The digestive system takes in food and absorbs its nutrients and gets rid of the waste. The respiratory system intakes oxygen for the blood. Circulatory system makes sure that all the oxygen in the blood gets to all its organs. The excretory system gets rid of all the liquid wastes in the urine. The endocrine system puts hormones into the bloodstream. The immune and lymphatic systems ensure that we're fighting all the bacteria and such that wants to harm us. The integumentary system had a lot of functions. Just rewind if you didn't catch it the first time I said it. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I wish I could have some way of finishing strong, like some sort of stupid gimmick. Ryan! Who are you? I'm you. From a clone future. I don't know. Anyway, I need your help. The world's in peril or something. Come on. Next stop, the future.